What was that experience like for you? What was that whole playoff run and World Series experience like for you? I know you weren't playing. I know you were still rehabbing and coming back from an injury. What was that experience like for you?
Um, it's actually quite a bit better for me than the year before. The year before, when I first got injured, the team went to the bubble. I stayed back in Atlanta. That was kind of that was the tough one for me to kind of understand what happened, deal with the feelings that you're having, because at the time I think you wouldn't be human if you didn't feel slightly jealous that you weren't a part of it. It's something that you work hard for all year, honestly, your entire career, for those postseason games, and to just be out of it is difficult. But on the other hand, you're getting to watch some of the guys that you basically grew up with go out there and play in the playoffs, play on the biggest stage. Guys that I've seen grow for 6, 7 years now, seeing Fried in that game 6 was an extremely rewarding experience, to be honest with you. And I was kind of able to take an approach with it that I get to watch it and I get to enjoy it, because at the end of the day I could still be hurt on a bad team. I could be hurt in the minor leagues, I could be hurt
Good
anywhere.
point.
I still got lucky to be able to be basically an inside fan on a World Series team, and it was a lot of fun. I think I also kind of got to take an approach where I got to have the emotion a little bit more removed than most guys.
Yeah.
So I kind of was able to take an objective approach and see a little bit more and without the feeling involved. And I really think after the NLCS, I thought it was all ours, and it was a pretty cool thing to experience front row.
Well, you say like front row experience, like the best experience, almost like a fan. But this is an important question. You get a ring?
Oh yeah, no, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a part of the team, and you're still obviously on the 40 man and all that kind of stuff, and it's definitely going to be again mixed emotions that
Yeah.
day when we get the rings. It's going to be something that obviously I'll be proud of for them, but it's going to be something for me that I'm definitely going to look back on and not necessarily be able to feel like I exactly earned that with them, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I know that's something that Ronald will probably go through as well. So that's just kind of making us all the more motivated to get back out there and do it again and earn one for the team and help them do it again.
Before we move on from this whole like World Series offseason thing, I have to ask you about the parade. I saw a couple things that day that were awesome. One, you posted a photo of you catching a beer like you were Odell. That was sick. And also the video of the bus going like 50 miles an hour down the middle of everybody. Talk to me about the day of the parade and how just fun and crazy that was. And tell me a crazy story from that day.
Yeah, I mean, that day was awesome. I mean, I didn't actually realize that the parade buses were moving like that at some point. I think that some people caught us at certain points where we either had to make up time. I don't know what happened, but at a certain point, I think we all realized we're on the bus. It's like, this is kind of moving. Like there's really no time to wave. Like you really see one person and then they're gone, and it wasn't until after when we saw it, and you could really tell because of all the buildings down in Midtown. All right, this is downtown. And people are just flying through. It's Fast and Furious parade. So that was pretty funny for us to see after the fact. No, I mean the beer catching and throwing was fun when the crowd was pretty manageable. You could kind of see there was only a few rows deep. You could tell somebody would kind of look at you, they'd hold up the beer, and you'd say, "Yeah, okay, we're going to be all right." But once we got to the Battery, and people started figuring out, I guess they already saw my post, or a bunch of other guys were posting. I'm sure Matt McMinter, Jackson, those guys were making sure to get in on it. It was all good until we got to the Battery, and then you started seeing beers flying from like the 18th row, or there'd be someone on their 4th story of their apartment trying to toss one down to you. And you're thinking like, if I miss this, somebody's taking it in the head, and I mean, like, it's bad news, right? So I honestly, those are the only ones that was a good day. I did like starting downtown Atlanta because I think we saw a lot of people that wouldn't have got the chance to come up to the Battery in basically Marietta. It's a big part of our fan base still, and it was good to get down there. And yeah, I think hopefully there's a next time, and if there is, we'll tell them to pump the brakes a little bit.
Thanks for watching. If you love flipping bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.